Every powerful woman you admire has one thing in common, and it isn't luck, beauty, talent, or even intelligence. It's a set of quiet rules that guide her decisions every single day. These rules are rarely talked about because they don't look exciting from the outside. They aren't flashy. They don't promise overnight success. Yet they shape confidence, attract respect, protect peace of mind, and create a life that many people spend years trying to build. The truth is that most people believe smart women are simply born different. They assume confidence is a gift, wisdom comes naturally, and success belongs to a fortunate few. But real life tells a very different story. The women who seem calm during difficult moments, who walk away from disrespect without hesitation, who make wise decisions under pressure, and who continue growing while others stay stuck, all have one thing in common. They follow principles that become habits, and those habits slowly transform every part of their lives. This is why two women can face the same challenge, have similar opportunities, and even possess the same level of talent, yet end up living completely different lives. The difference often comes down to the choices they make when no one is watching. Small decisions repeated every day become powerful over time. A simple choice to respect yourself instead of seeking approval. A decision to stay calm instead of reacting with anger. The courage to keep learning instead of believing you already know enough. These choices may seem ordinary in the moment, but together they build extraordinary lives. Many people spend years searching for the secret to confidence, stronger relationships, financial independence, and inner peace, without realizing that these qualities grow from daily habits rather than dramatic changes. That is why some women continue moving forward even after painful failures, while others remain trapped by fear, self-doubt, or the opinions of people who never truly cared about their happiness. The surprising part is that psychologists who study human behavior consistently point toward patterns that support this idea. Confidence is not only a feeling. It grows from repeated actions that prove to your own mind that you can trust yourself. Self-respect is not created by compliments from others. It develops when your actions match your values. Emotional strength is not the absence of feelings. It is the ability to choose your response instead of letting emotions make every decision. These are lessons that many people discover only after years of disappointment. But today, you can begin learning them in just a few minutes. Throughout this video, you will discover 7 powerful rules that smart women quietly live by, and each one builds on the last. Every rule is practical, timeless, and based on behaviors that can completely change the direction of your life when practiced consistently. You will learn why protecting your self-respect is more valuable than chasing approval, why emotional control often creates more opportunities than natural talent, why the people around you silently influence your future more than you realize, why financial independence creates freedom that money alone cannot buy, and why lifelong learning remains one of the greatest advantages in a rapidly changing world. You will also discover why many intelligent women avoid habits that seem harmless, but slowly destroy confidence over time. These are mistakes that millions of people repeat without noticing the damage until years later. The most successful women are not successful because they never fail. They succeed because they refuse to let failure become their identity. They understand that every setback contains a lesson, every challenge develops strength, and every difficult season prepares them for greater opportunities ahead. This mindset separates those who simply dream about a better future from those who quietly build one. As this video continues, you may recognize some of your own habits, and you may even notice areas where a small change could create a much bigger impact than you expected. Sometimes one decision can influence the next, and before long, an entirely new way of living begins to take shape. That is why it is important to stay with us until the very end, because the final rule connects all the others in a way that many people overlook. It is often the missing piece that determines whether these principles become temporary, motivation, or lifelong transformation. Missing that final lesson means missing the foundation that gives every other rule its true power. Each section will prepare you for the next, making the complete picture clearer as we move forward. By the end of this video, you won't simply know 7 rules. You will understand why they matter, how they influence your everyday decisions, and how they can help you develop greater confidence, stronger relationships, clearer thinking, and lasting self-respect. These are not complicated theories reserved for experts. They are practical principles that anyone can begin applying today, regardless of age, background, or current circumstances. Real strength is often built quietly, one decision at a time, and those quiet decisions eventually become the life that others admire from a distance. If you're ready to discover the habits that truly smart women protect, no matter what challenges they face, then you're in exactly the right place. Welcome to Unshakable Mindset, the channel dedicated to helping you build confidence, emotional strength, wisdom, and a mindset that stays strong through every season of life. If you believe in becoming a better version of yourself every single day, take a moment to subscribe and join our growing community. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next lesson that could change the way you think, live, and grow. Now, let's begin with the first rule that every truly smart woman follows without compromise. Rule number 1 begins with the foundation that supports every other quality a smart woman develops, and that foundation is self-respect. Many people believe confidence comes from compliments, success, beauty, or recognition from others, but real confidence is built much deeper than that. It begins with the way you see yourself when no one is watching. A woman who respects herself does not spend her days chasing attention or trying to convince people to value her. She understands that attention can be temporary, but self-respect lasts a lifetime. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that if they try harder, give more, stay quieter, or sacrifice enough, someone who ignores or disrespects them will eventually change. Most of the time, that never happens. Instead, every time you accept poor treatment without speaking up, you quietly teach others that this behavior is acceptable. This does not happen all at once. It happens through small moments that seem harmless. Laughing off an insult that hurt you, saying yes when you wanted to say no, staying in friendships where you are never appreciated, remaining in relationships where your kindness is taken for granted. Over time, these small compromises become a habit, and before long, you begin forgetting your own value. Smart women understand that respect is not something to beg for. It is something that starts from within. They know their worth, even when others fail to recognize it. This does not mean acting superior or believing you are better than everyone else. It means understanding that your time, your peace, your energy, and your dignity have value. Healthy boundaries are one of the clearest signs of self-respect. Boundaries are not walls built to push good people away. They are limits that protect your mental and emotional well-being. They help others understand what behavior you will accept and what behavior you will not. Many people fear setting boundaries because they worry others will become upset. The truth is that people who genuinely care about you will learn to respect those boundaries. Those who only benefited from your lack of boundaries may complain, but their reaction tells you more about their intentions than about your decision. Sometimes the strongest decision a woman can make is walking away. walking away from disrespect, walking away from manipulation, walking away from situations that slowly destroy her confidence. Leaving is never easy, especially when emotions are involved, but staying in a place that constantly damages your self-worth costs far more in the long run. Every time you choose self-respect over temporary comfort, you strengthen your confidence. Every time you refuse to settle for less than you deserve, you remind yourself that your value does not depend on someone else's opinion. This quiet strength becomes visible in the way you speak, the choices you make, and the life you create. People quickly learn how to treat you by observing what you tolerate. When you respect yourself, you naturally invite others to do the same. The second rule is one that separates women who continue growing throughout life from those who remain trapped by old habits. And that rule is to never stop learning. Some people believe education ends after school or university. But the smartest women know that learning never has an ending. Every day offers an opportunity to become a little wiser than yesterday. Knowledge is one of the few things that no one can take away from you. Money can disappear. Jobs can change. Circumstances can become difficult. But the skills you develop and the lessons you learn stay with you wherever you go. That is why women who invest in their minds often discover opportunities that others never even will notice. Reading books introduces new perspectives. Learning a new language expands your understanding of different cultures. Developing professional skills increases your independence. Even learning from your own mistakes becomes a powerful form of education. Curiosity keeps the mind alive. Instead of pretending to know everything, smart women ask questions. They remain open to new ideas. They understand that every person they meet knows something they do not. This attitude creates continuous growth because it replaces pride with progress. The world changes quickly. Technology evolves. Careers transform. New opportunities appear every year. Those who refuse to learn often struggle to keep up, while those who continue developing themselves stay prepared for change. Growth is not always comfortable. Learning requires patience. It often means making mistakes, feeling uncertain, and trying again. But every new skill builds confidence, because it proves that improvement is possible. Smart women never believe they have reached the point where there is nothing left to learn. They continue reading, listening, observing, practicing, and improving because they understand that personal growth creates freedom. The greatest investment is never found in expensive possessions. It is found in the knowledge, skills, and wisdom you carry inside yourself. The third rule is one of the hardest to master, yet it has the power to change every relationship, every decision, and every challenge you face. Smart women learn to master their emotions instead of allowing emotions to master them. This does not mean ignoring feelings or pretending they do not exist. Every human being experiences anger, disappointment, fear, sadness, and frustration. Emotional strength is not about becoming emotionless. It is about choosing your response instead of reacting without thinking. A single moment of uncontrolled anger can damage years of trust. One careless sentence spoken in frustration can never be taken back. That is why emotionally intelligent women pause before responding. They give themselves time to think. They understand that temporary emotions should never make permanent decisions. During stressful situations, remaining calm often provides an advantage that emotional reactions never can. While others panic, they observe. While others argue, they listen. While others lose control, they remain focused on solutions. Calmness is not weakness. It is discipline. It allows clearer thinking because the mind is no longer controlled by impulse. Speaking carefully is another sign of emotional maturity. Words have power. They can encourage someone or deeply hurt them. Smart women understand that silence is sometimes wiser than speaking in anger. They recognize that not every opinion deserves a response, and not every conflict deserves their energy. Instead of reacting to every criticism or insult, they ask themselves whether responding will improve the situation or simply create more unnecessary stress. Over time, this habit builds inner peace because life becomes less controlled by outside events. Emotional control also strengthens confidence because it reminds you that your reactions belong to you. Other people may influence your circumstances, but they do not control your character. A calm mind consistently makes wiser choices than an angry one, and those wiser choices create a better future. The fourth rule reminds us that no one grows completely alone. The people around you influence your thoughts, your habits, your confidence, and even your expectations for your own life. Smart women choose their circle carefully because they understand that environment quietly shapes identity. Spend enough time around negativity, and negative thinking begins to feel normal. Spend enough time around people who constantly complain, gossip, or criticize others, and eventually those habits become part of your own behavior without you even noticing. The opposite is also true. When you surround yourself with people who encourage learning, discipline, honesty, kindness, and ambition, those qualities naturally become easier to develop. Smart women avoid unnecessary gossip because they know it wastes valuable energy. Talking about other people's lives rarely improves your own. Instead, they focus conversations on ideas, goals, growth, and meaningful experiences. They also recognize that protecting their energy is not selfish. Every relationship affects your emotional well-being. Some people leave you feeling motivated after every conversation. Others leave you feeling exhausted, discouraged, or doubtful. Paying attention to these feelings helps you decide which relationships deserve your time. Choosing your circle does not mean looking for perfect people, because perfection does not exist. It means finding people whose values encourage you to become a better version of yourself. Real friends celebrate your success instead of competing with you. They tell you the truth with kindness instead of encouraging harmful choices. They inspire progress instead of keeping you trapped in the past. As your life changes, your circle may also change, and that is a natural part of growth. Every relationship should bring mutual respect, encouragement, and honesty, because the people closest to you quietly influence the person you become every single day. The fifth rule is about creating freedom through financial independence. Money alone does not create happiness, but it does create options. It allows you to make decisions based on your values instead of fear. Smart women understand that earning, saving, and managing money are life skills that provide security during uncertain times. Financial independence begins with small habits rather than large salaries. Saving consistently, even in small amounts, teaches discipline. Creating a budget helps you understand where your money goes, instead of wondering why it disappears. Learning valuable skills increases your ability to earn throughout your life, regardless of changing circumstances. Smart women avoid depending completely on someone else for financial security because they know independence provides confidence that cannot be borrowed. Financial knowledge also reduces stress because preparation replaces uncertainty. Instead of living from one emergency to another, they build stability little by little. They understand that wealth is not only measured by expensive possessions, but by the freedom to make choices without constant financial pressure. Every skill you develop becomes another opportunity to improve your future. Every wise financial decision creates another layer of security. This mindset allows women to pursue meaningful goals, support their families, help others, and face challenges with greater confidence because they know they have prepared themselves instead of relying entirely on luck. The sixth rule teaches one of the most freeing lessons in life, and that is to stop seeking validation from everyone around you. Many people spend years trying to gain approval from friends, family, co-workers, or even strangers, They change their personality, hide their opinions, and ignore their dreams simply to avoid criticism. Smart women understand that this path never leads to lasting happiness, because no matter what you do, someone will disagree with you. Trying to satisfy everyone is impossible. Trying to satisfy everyone is impossible. Instead of becoming people pleasers, they become people who respect themselves enough to make decisions based on their values. This does not mean becoming rude or ignoring advice. Constructive criticism can be valuable because it helps us grow. The difference is that smart women do not allow criticism to define their identity. They listen, reflect, learn what is useful, and leave behind what is not. Their confidence comes from living according to principles rather than chasing applause. They trust their own judgment because they have invested time in developing wisdom. Every decision becomes easier when you stop asking whether everyone will approve and start asking whether it aligns with your values. Inner peace grows stronger because your happiness no longer depends on changing opinions. Approval from others may feel good for a moment, but self-approval creates lasting confidence that remains steady even during difficult seasons. The seventh rule brings everything together because the smartest women never believe they can't have finished growing. They understand that personal development has no final destination. Every experience teaches a lesson. Every mistake reveals an opportunity to improve. Every challenge develops new strength. Instead of fearing failure, they study it. Instead of resisting change, they adapt. The world continues changing, and those willing to learn alongside it remain prepared for new opportunities. Humility plays an important role because growth stops the moment we believe there is nothing. Smart women celebrate progress without becoming arrogant. They recognize achievements while continuing to ask how they can become even wiser, kinder, stronger, and more capable tomorrow than they are today. They understand that small improvements repeated consistently become extraordinary results over time. One better decision today leads to another tomorrow. One new habit creates another. One lesson learned prevents countless future mistakes. They continue moving forward with patience because they know lasting success is rarely built overnight. It is built through steady effort, open minds, resilient hearts, and the willingness to become a little better every single day. The most powerful changes in life rarely begin with one big decision. Begin with small choices that you make every single day. Choosing self-respect over approval. Choosing knowledge over comfort. Choosing calm over anger. Choosing the right people over the wrong company. Choosing financial independence over dependence. Choosing your own values over the opinions of others. And choosing growth even when it feels slow. These 7 rules may look simple, but when practiced consistently, they have the power to transform not only the way others see you, but more importantly, the way you see yourself. Every strong, confident, and wise woman was once someone who decided to stop settling for less. Building a better future, one habit at a time. The journey doesn't begin next month or next year. It begins with the very next decision you make after watching this video. Ask yourself which of these 7 rules you need to focus on first, and commit to practicing it every day. Small improvements may seem invisible at first, but over time they create extraordinary results. Remember, true strength isn't about being perfect. It's about becoming a little better than you were yesterday. If this video inspired you or gave you a new perspective, don't keep these lessons to yourself. Someone in your life may need this message today. Share this video with a friend, a sister, a daughter, or anyone who is working to become stronger, wiser, and more confident. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos on confidence, self-improvement, emotional strength, and building an unshakable mindset. Your support helps us create more meaningful content that can inspire people around the world. Thank you for watching and for spending your valuable time with us. Keep believing in your potential, keep investing in yourself, and never stop growing. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay strong, stay confident, and keep building the life you truly deserve.